Hi friends, it's Amy at Doki Doki Forest. How are you? Welcome, I'm so glad you're here. Today we're going to be gluing in my colors glue book. First thing I have to do is add this blue gem to that blue page. I just loved that, wanted to get that in there quick. And now we will turn to my rainbow pages. So today we'll be doing some rainbow pages, a brown page, and some black and white pages. And you can see me doing some of the other colors in some previous glue book episodes, shall I say. I can link those down below. Sorry if I sound a little strange or if I've been a little quiet. If you've emailed me and I haven't gotten back to you right away, I came down with a cold over the weekend and it's not bad. It's like a seasonal kind of thing. But it's the kind of thing that just makes you feel so tired, so annoyingly tired. You just want to do things and get things done and, your body just won't let you. Now this fun in my glue book that you see me having here, this is footage that I recorded last week. So I did not do this while I was sick. I wasn't able to do anything. But, sometimes that's just what you got to do is nothing. Sometimes you get sick just so you can chill out for a bit, it makes you stop, forces you to stop, if nothing else will, you just keep going and going and going, your body gets run down and then you are forced to stop. So rainbow pages, I was so excited to do rainbow images and put them on a page, do rainbow pages. I've been collecting images and these are just all kinds of things from all different magazines. I tried really hard to look for rainbows wherever I was, even if it was like a clothing magazine or, a bedding sort of magazine. Like you can see, I have a row of all different blankets on the bottom right there. And that's just from, I think that might have been the Cuddle Down magazine that Care sent me. I'm not 100% sure now because I also had some things I cut out of Land's End that were sort of like that. So yeah, but I thought, that it's just perfect for a rainbow page. When you put them all together like that, they look really pretty. And there's another strip there, and I think that was from Land's End, and I believe it was a bunch of shirts. But if you just cut it into a strip, and, I cut out all the text that had all the different names of the shirts and the patterns and the prints and all that. It makes a really cool rainbow. And this image, I just love this image of all the goodies, the spread, the picnic spread. It's very, very summery. The only thing I don't like is that take it outside in the middle, just because I don't want to have a text. So we will be covering that up, of course. I'm not saying I'll cover up all the text in my colors book, but something like that I'll cover up because it just seems sort of random. Oh, and this was a little bag. And see how I fussy cut out where the handle is? And then I cut out the middle there on the top bag. That was a Jeanne Baney tip that I did. She had taken an image, and I think it was a bag as well. And she fussy cut out that center. And she actually cut one of the straps to get in there. And then fussy cut the center. Because she was saying, it doesn't really matter if you cut the strap. Because you're just going to glue it back on anyway. So I thought, oh my gosh. That's such a good idea. So I tried it. And I love how it came out. So thank you to Jeanne for that tip. It's so great to watch other people who are working in their journals and their glue books or just creating anything because everyone has so many good tips. Let me know if you are making a colors glue book and which pages you find the most enjoyable to work on and which ones you maybe struggle a little more with, either because you don't care for the color or maybe you just can't find images that are that color. I loved doing the rainbow page. I mean, rainbow is just so fun. You look at rainbow and it's hard to feel sad or upset. It's just very cheerful and very uplifting. I gotta get lots of glue in there too. It's nice to look at a rainbow today too, because it's been rainy and cold here. So it definitely feels like autumn is arriving, which is great. I am totally ready for autumn. But it is cold pretty quick. I underestimated it too. I went out over the weekend and I had one layer on, but it really was the kind of day that I should have had a jacket too. So it was okay, but whew, I could feel that cold air. And there's a breeze too. You know when it gets like, feels like it gets more breezy when it's turning into autumn. You can hear all those leaves rustling. So I hear that. They're still for the most part green, although I do see a birch that is turning yellow. And I think that's it that I can see out my window right now. Still mostly green out there. So that page is done, and then this page is real easy. So I found this giant 2-page spread in a magazine, and it's all these kids with all different rainbow color shirts. So I thought, well, this is perfect. Sometimes I don't find like one image that can take up a whole page, or, this one takes up nearly 2 pages. But it's so nice because then you're kind of done with layer 1. You just glue down that big image, and then you get to the part where you can just put little things on top if you want to. So all I have is just that little part on the right there where you can see the notebook. So just have to cover that up with something. So I'm just auditioning different pieces. I like these little rainbow strips. I think these were in a travel magazine, like on the side. I'm trying to remember. I think they were just decoration for like the border. So I cut those out because you just never know when you're going to need a little piece like that. Or sometimes those kind of pieces are even nice if you have 2 images that are glued together, and then you have like an edge there, and you want to kind of cover up that edge and sort of make the 2 images blend together. You can use it almost like putting a strip of washi tape in. There's some more sheets. Sheets or blankets, but they're perfect. You can just stick them in those little sections and you've got all those fun colors. And I wanted the kids to be holding something. I was hoping for a heart, but I didn't have a rainbow heart that I really liked. So I'm still trying to figure that part out. And then I just wanted to cover up some of the white space that was there. Yep, I didn't figure out what was going to go there, so maybe next time. Or maybe I can cut a heart out of a colorful page, or, honestly, I could just make a painty paper heart and then cut that out and put it in. I could do some rainbow pages, right? Or I could just paint right on the page. Take my paint a rainbow heart. Or Posca pens. Those would work really nice. I'm thinking about that now. Okay, on to brown. I was super excited to do a brown page. I love brown. Brown is so cozy. It's like the color of fur and wood and coffee and just all these kind of warm, things that when you surround yourself with it, you just feel very soothed. Or at least I do. I love a lot of like natural, like wood and glass for interiors, And then I love this brown, almost like a gingham sort of pattern. That came from Jeanne Baney. She sent me that as a little surprise with my magazines that were harvested. So what I'm doing here is I didn't have a large brown or a large enough brown image. So I'm just sort of placing things all over the place and trying to figure out where they're going to go, if I'm going to use them. Now, sometimes I like this method because I can audition pieces and try them out. The only tricky thing is because I'm not gluing it down as I go, that when I get to the gluing part, I have to remember how I had all these things. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it might be easier if I just... Oh, books. There's another great brown. Oh, yeah. Nice antique books. Love that. Nice worn pages. But yeah, I know I'm just going to glue it piece by piece because that is just kind of what I do sometimes. Do you guys have a way that you do things pretty consistently, or is it just, sometimes I do this, sometimes I do that? For me, I think it just depends on image size, because if you have a big image, of course you can just glue that down. But if you've got a bunch of little ones, I don't know, I like to try to figure it out just so, I guess. Tuck this one here. Should this one go in front? Should this one go behind? All these important decisions must be made. Then I got a nice ripped page there. I just love how ripped edges look. So nice and textured. I don't like to have straight edges all the time. I do have them, but I like to mix it up. And plus, I believe if you're going to paint on your page, say you wanted to add some paint in between images, it's a lot easier to blend the paint into your image if you have that ripped edge, because then you're sort of exposing the papery part, not the shiny part. If you paint over the shiny edge, like a straight edge, then you will still see that edge. Whereas if it's torn, it can almost hide that edge. It really blends into the page. And I might do that. I might come in here with some paint too and just kind of play around. Probably depends on how full the page is. If it needs a little blending here and there. And this is all pretty much just layer 1. So I may have said that. I don't know. But yeah, this is just kind of the first layer, covering up all of the composition paper. That's the main goal for me. It's just I don't want to see that white. Or at least if I see it, it's just a little tiny peak. But for the most part, everything's covered up nicely. Okay, kind of random subject change now, but have you been enjoying any seasonal flavored coffees or teas lately? It is officially autumn now, and the other day I had a maple coffee. It was so delicious. And I have some fresh maple syrup that I picked up, and I thought maybe if I put a little bit of this maple syrup in my coffee, I could recreate a maple coffee. And I have to say, I did add just a little bit because I don't want my coffee to be too sweet. But it was really good. I think I'll do that again. You know what else I tried the other day? This is random, but I had this dandelion root, like it's ground up dandelion root. It's brown. It almost looks like coffee grinds, except that it's a lot finer. And I made this drink. It was really good. It's hot water and the dandelion root and what else was in there? Oh, I was supposed to put cinnamon in, but can you believe I didn't have any cinnamon? So instead, I put in some pumpkin pie spice and a little bit of nutmeg. That was it. And I had my oat milk in there too. And it was so good. It tasted like autumn in a cup. It was delicious. So let me know if you're trying anything or making anything or if you've sampled anything, if you're having pumpkin pie coffee, but no, probably just pumpkin spice coffee. But let me know. What do you like? What's seasonal? It can be treats too. Treats or drinks. What do you look forward to? All right, let's see. How am I doing on this brown page? Oh, I love these little squirrels with this lantern. This was from a magazine that Care from My Take at the Lake sent me. And I loved the little animals holding the lantern. Oh, and that mushroom, that brown mushroom at the bottom, that's from a printable that Care made. So I will leave her info down below. You'll see me adding a few more of those mushrooms as well. And those are all super cute mushrooms that she has available as a digital print. So I will have her info down below. That's Care, My Take at the Lake, otherwise known as the Krabby Crafter, LOL. And here is a big old bear lighting the way. I was going to put those squirrels there, but I decided to put a big old bear there instead. Oh, and see, there's another one of those mushrooms. They're just like perfect for this brown page, and I really like the way they can cover up that little space that you might have in between images. But as I was watching this back, I was looking at it and I thought, well, I love the bear being there, but I kind of missed the squirrels. I liked seeing the squirrels too, so I was a little sad that they left because, I'm not looking at my glue book, so I kind of forgot what it looked like. And then I was so happy to see, oh, there are the squirrels. Okay, I did put them back in. So I thought it would be really cute to tuck them behind this book and make it so that they had a little lantern there. They're reading the book. And I had an acorn, little teeny tiny brown acorn I had put back there, but because the squirrels were now going to cover it up, I put the acorn down at the bottom. And then I had this flag garland that was also a nice light brown, and I thought, well, that would look nice at the top of both pages. It's like welcoming you to this autumn festival. And last, a little magic door in the book. Now we will move on to black and white, which is definitely one of the, I say colors, but yeah, colors. It's definitely the color I have the most of, are these black and white images. They're very easy to find in magazines, at least that's what my experience has been. Maybe just because it's so easy for your eye to get drawn to the black and white images. It's not like sometimes there might be like a little purple or a little green or a little orange and you have to kind of look for it. Black and white is like black and white, it just seems really obvious. And that starry piece I just put on there, that was actually from an LL Bean. No, not LL Bean. It was Old Navy. No, not Old Navy. I'll get there. Hold on. It was a Land's End Kids catalog, and they were actually leggings. So they were space print leggings. And that's what I found, is that if you cut out the different kinds of leggings, because they have cool ones. They have like unicorn and cosmic and, all kinds of different things. So if you cut out the legging and you put it on the page, you would never know that that was a legging. It just looks like part of space in this case. And look at these bunnies. These were battling bunnies, but kind of looks like maybe that bunny's giving the other one a high five, or at least waiting for a high five. I don't know if he's going to actually get one. But yeah, these images and then I just had like some black, like that piece, that square I put on before. And then this one is black with just a light white kind of texture on it. It was just, I don't know, part of an image, so I just ripped out that part. And that's a skirt, which you can it's still sort of skirt shape. I feel like if I had trimmed it into more of a square, then you probably wouldn't really see it as a skirt. But it doesn't really matter, and by the time I finish, I don't even know what you're going to be able to see, because I'll be adding more and more to these pages, so who knows how much of this background you'll see. Well, definitely the bunnies, because I like the bunnies. I don't want to cover those guys up. And then I just thought I'd put this ripped piece to sort of connect all these pages together and cover up that seam in the middle, cover up some of those straight edges too. Get some nice ripped texture in there. And what am I doing now? Oh, then I just thought I would just rip some strips because, some of these images, there's either space or some of the images have like a very sharp kind of edge to it. So I thought I would soften it up a little if I just ripped a little bit of black and put it here and there just to kind of break it up. Or not really break it up, it's to try to blend it. So like right there, you can see how it was a sharp edge, and then I thought if I put these in there, it kind of pulls the two images together a little bit more. And then I found this black and white image of bunnies, and I was like, what's up with black and white bunnies? But this is great. So maybe this is a scene where, you know, at one time they had been friends, they were sharing lettuce, and now they're battling in the snow dramatically. And just a couple things going here. I had cut out some small black and white photos, and this was a page that I had made a couple months ago. But I thought that this would look really nice with these images. I'm thinking of these pages as kind of being like remembering the past, so these black and white photos just go perfect. And some black and white roses there. And there's still room to add more on those pages, but that's all I have for now. And then this was another page I had made before, and I just had a couple of small images that I thought kind of matched this kind of wacky and zany, cartoony, and there's games, and it's just kind of random. Maybe every page is random, but I thought those went well. So here we go. Here are the pages that we made today. We've got some nice rainbow pages. We've got the brown page. We've got black and white. And it was a lot of fun, as always. It's always a good time to play around in the glue book, and it's probably one of the things I'll go back to as I'm feeling better now. I feel like that's something you can do, because you can just do it for a couple minutes and then be like, okay, I gotta go lay down again. Or who knows, maybe I'll just look at images. And here are those squirrels enjoying a good book. I wonder, what do you think they're reading? Do you think they're reading about some autumn acorn recipes? What sort of book do you think that is? Or where do you think that doorway goes that's in the book? And here's the bear with his lantern lighting the way. They're welcoming you to come on in and relax and get cozy. And then we had just a few images here, but it felt good to put these down. Even though it's just a couple images, they feel like they belong on these pages. So it's good to get them off the desk, out of the, bins. They're not bins, but they're like these little drawers. That's what they are. Get them out of the drawers and put them on the page. And then our Battling Bunnies page. So who knows, maybe I will find more bunnies I can put on here. I don't know how this is going to shape up. But anyway, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today. I always love having you here. I hope you're having a great week. And I will see you again soon.